Hello, hello. Okay, now you can hear me. Okay, I'm gonna start. I'm gonna cut out everything prior to this. So, after music. Okay, like I said, it's a mess today. It's a bit of a mess. Welcome to the live stream. Like I was saying when the mic was muted, I was actually planning to have a live stream last Sunday, but there were so many things happening that I couldn't get myself to do a live stream. So here I am today instead, and it's a last minute arrangement. So bear with me today. Yeah, I want to show you a couple of new stuff. So like I was showing you guys earlier with the torchlight. All right, this little thing here. All right. And its sibling. It has a smaller brother, which I'm gonna feature later on. Today I'm basically I'll let you guys know straight up. I'm a salesman today. I've always been a salesman, I guess, but today I'm more directly a salesman. And other than that, there's any question you want to ask me pertaining to anything, just feel free to go ahead and do it. I'm still waiting for my She custom guitar to come back from KL. All the things that I needed to do has been done. Everything has been rectified, so I'm just waiting for it to be shipped home to me, probably in a day or so, and then I'll probably do another video of it just to show you guys what I've done and what the company She guitar is capable of doing. All right. Okay. So who do we have? Vinny's World. Hey, welcome. First time, you think? Salty Yugi, first time in the stream. Oh, thank you. 25-year-old guitar player. Where you from, Salty Yugi? Alright, so watching a Chaplin silent movie. Hi Milo. Hi Dennis. Hi Cool Tunes. Yes, and a happy 2024. Alright. So should I get started straight away, or should I wait until there are 20 people in the room and then I'll start saying what I need to say? I'll just wait a bit. How you guys doing actually? Good? Well, I'll take a sip of my coffee. From Missouri. Wow, nice. And you have... Wait, you have Yugi. So you're Asian American? Japanese, I presume? No? Hi, Rusty. Howdy. How you doing, partner? Venus, well, yeah, just curious. Have you ever done a gig with who? No, I have not. No. I don't really do gigs. So I presume that you're in Singapore. I don't do local gigs. I started doing local gigs, and then when I started working in the studio, I never got back to the local scene ever again. Most of my shows have been overseas. Yeah, so no, I don't know. I maybe I heard of him. Alan Lau. No, doesn't strike a bell. Sorry. 19. One more, and I'll start. You're African American, Cherokee in. Wow. Too much enemy. Don't we all? Yeah. Okay. Yu-Gi-Oh! Alright. Have you watched the Blue Eye Samurai in Netflix? That's really nice. Hi, Tim. Is it still cold over there? Hold on. Let me get my monitor screen working properly. It's horrible. Should be working now. Oh, anyway. You know what? I'm not gonna wear this spectacle because it's killing me. I have actually this nerdy, kooky looking pair that was especially prescribed for the distance between my computer screen and my face. All right, Stuttgart, Honolulu. Hey, guten Tag. Eh? Rusty, thinking about getting a PRS SE Paul's guitar. Yeah, go for it. It's a great guitar, actually. Vinny, I'm in Hong Kong now, but I'm from Canada. You recently gig for Leon Lyons. Ah, okay, okay, all right, yeah. No, I haven't played with Alan Lau. No, no. I played with Andrew Twassen though. I did a couple of Hong Kong cats. You know, I'm on very good terms with Furman So Datwa. Yeah, so yeah, I mean, most of them are from the old school, like the basis of A King Zai. So all these guys, I know them. Yeah. Cool tunes made. Hey John, pull the trigger on the HB35. Oh, nice. Nice. Any quick input on that model from Harley Benton? Well, look, I got a Tokai here, so which I'm gonna feature tonight. This is my old Tokai, so this is like a 335. Now the HB35 is basically a 335 model. It's well made. I have one, and I just reviewed the black one, which is really nice. No issues basically, because if the guitar is well set up, it sounds really really nice. I kind of like the Roswell pickups that was on there, and the only gripe that a lot of people have, a lot of issue, those are guys who are OCD, is that the wires were showing in F hole. So for some of them it's like, it's ugly. Why should I pay money when? But these are all easily fixed, because with a tape and everything, you can kind of easily hide the wires from view. Well, it is what it is, right? So no complaints about the guitar. I think the guitar plays perfectly, really perfect, well, almost perfect, and sounds really good for a semi-hollow or semi-solid guitar. All right, next, Jim Simon. Hi, how are you? In Detroit, it's wet. So are we. We're in Singapore. It's been raining like crazy. The usual temperature that we have in Singapore is like 32 to 33. Now it's dropped to like 25. If you head out to 4 a.m. in the morning, it can get as cold as 23, 24, which is ridiculous because it's been raining like crazy. I couldn't get a ride in. I managed to get a ride in a couple of nights ago in the morning, in the dead of the morning, like 2 a.m., 1 a.m. So it's crazy. We're having like lots of water. Yeah. Oh, thank you, Salty. Thank you so much for that coffee. Yeah. So if you guys want to buy me coffee, like what Salty is doing, just hit that super chat sticker thing. Yeah. Digit Pete. Hi John. Always see a review. Love it. Do you like the Ibanez AR520 from Rotterdam? Peter from Rotterdam. I don't think I ever played or reviewed a AR520. Did I? I don't think so. But I find it very hard to review guitars from Ibanez because somehow I do not have the connection here in Singapore. So yeah, I'm working on it slowly. Guten Tag. Yeah. Danke. Timothy, yes, bad rainstorm last night. 5,000 people without power. That's ridiculous. Oh man. So I remember one time, Tim, that I was in no, not Montreal. I was in Toronto, and we were doing a tour across Canada doing ministry work, right? So we were reaching out to the churches there, and we were staying in our host house, and power went off. There was a power outage that lasted about 2 or 3 days, and we were bunked in the cellar of the house, and it was really cold. We had to get a fire going, so it's pretty fun in a way, but I don't think I could do this a whole day or for a week. Not fun then. Dennis, John can't do local gigs because his fan would be camp. Yeah, I wish. But no, I don't wish, because probably those guys are all guys. Pawn Muncher, really enjoyed the first song in your Blue Les Paul traditional review. Had that happy mixy sound I love. Thank you so much. Where you from, Pawn Muncher? Q-tunes, mate, if pickups are good, I'm good. Oh, they're good. If you get the Roswell ones, they're really nice. Q-tunes, mate, easy. I believe Nickel 5 may be harder than typical. Yeah, not really. They're nice. Yeah. So Dennis has one, so he loves it. Entire world is raining. Yeah, it's melting, I guess. You have heavy rain too, then it's power failure too. Rusty, have you tested the blue mercury floor amp? No, not yet. Luigi Boba, hi from Italy, from Okitaris. Come stai? Come stai? What's that word? Prego. Welcome to the channel. Yeah. Salty, I watched a review video of the Kurt Hermit Metallica pick guard for Telecast for Circus. I bought one. Did I do that? I don't think I did that. You must have mistaken me for something else because I never reviewed like pick guards. Pick guard HSS with the Fort Rose. Oh, that's nice. Yeah. Texas. Oh, we have a couple of Texans here. Yeah, thank you, Luigi, yeah. Timothy, quick question. Any trick in different acoustic bridge pins shaping the sound with acoustic guitars? That's an interesting question. Yes, I believe there is a difference. Some people swear by hardwood, like ebony bridge pins. I myself have the liquid metal, the Martin liquid metal, which a lot of people think is a hoax or a ripoff. But I myself have tried it and done an A/B test with the original bridge pin, the wooden ones, and the liquid metal, and it does make a difference. It's louder, it sounds a little bit not brighter, but more defined. Yeah, that's the word I'm looking for. Oh, grazie mille. Thank you. I have no style. Yeah. Do you have a favorite? Favorite what? I got this big heart right at the bottom, so I can't actually see certain words. Do you have a favorite guitar experience? All right, okay. And do you have any advice for new guitarists? Favorite guitar experience? My favorite guitar experience is the first time that I did a studio session. I can never forget that day because it was quite daunting playing among your peers, guys that you respected for years, who has been in the studio scene for a long time, and that was my first gig as a studio guitarist. I didn't do too bad. I got called after that, many times, so I became one of the most busiest guitar sessions in Singapore. So the first time that I went to the studio, it was daunting, and yet it was frightening, but yet it was enjoyable because I finally realized my dream. I always wanted to play guitar in the studio. I always wanted to be, to follow the footsteps of my heroes. Lukather, Carlton, Rednaya, Huff, Landau. But it was so hard because the clicks is like the group, the circle of guys doing this is really small. So it was a blessing from God that I was able to partake in any recording of any sort. But right after the first session, I guess I passed the test, and I started getting a lot more calls after that, and then I did so many albums I couldn't even actually keep track because there was this influx of, or rather this boom in the music industry back in the 80s and all through the 90s and all through probably the third quarter of 2000. Yeah, so it was nice. And after that, I would start recording at home, so it's a different thing. So advice for new guitarists, I always do the same thing, always say the same thing, listen to a whole lot of songs. Any genre, just listen to all sorts of genres of music, learn how to move and groove with them, even without playing the guitar, and learn how to appreciate everything that's been played or recorded, because all these are done with love and care and precision sometimes. How a song has been mixed, how the guitar sits in the mix. As a guitar player, you need to listen to all this, like the guitar has been panned to the hard left and hard right. Why is it not in the center? You gotta understand about placement. You gotta also understand, because it helps you as a guitar player when you start playing, what sort of stuff that you need to play to enhance the song. So it's not about you all the time, you know, right? A lot of guitar players that I've known, well, the ones that are in recording or the ones who are serious, they know how to put on the table, right? You know what I mean? Like, you know, what to contribute for the song. You get, I mean, you get egoistic guitarists that, you know, this is all about me and I'll shred every time and do everything and trying to be out front all the time. But a good session guitarist will always think about what can I do to complement the song, what can I play to enhance the groove, what solo can I do if I'm called to do a solo, what solo can I do that will, you know, bring something to the song. So these are things that you need to think as a guitar player. So as a guitar player, my first advice, if you're starting out, is to listen to all genres of song, whether it be country, pop, rock, you know, whatever, jazz, you know, whatever you can lay your ears on, you know, just listen to them. What's the next question? Dennis, I was getting ready to set up drum mics when power went off. Okay, shot a drum. Oh, cool. I saw that. I saw the video. Yeah, nice. Okay. Domenico Sasu, ciao. Come stai? Hey. Cool tunes. Hey John, I have Black Star 212 cap with 7080 Celestion. Thinking of upgrading speakers. Any advice? Looking. Yeah, you could get the Celestions if you want. I think that'll be nice. Yeah, but you know, to tell frankly, I have not much experience with speakers. Like, this is my first, how should we call it? A first, not really experience, but my first, well, not my first amp. This is like my third or fourth amp. But I've kind of like lay off playing on an amp for decades, literally decades. So this is Celestion, if I'm not mistaken. I think it's a V12 or something like that. I forgot. And I love the speakers over on this Toadmaster. So if you're interested in this sound, you can always. What I like about this speaker, you know, just check out the specification for the new Toadmaster, the blonde Fender Deluxe blonde version Toadmaster, and find out what's the speaker. I think the speaker is really good. My fear when I procured this amp was there is no middle control, no mid control, and I always fear that, you know, the sound would be a little bit more scooped than anything, and I like my mid range to be there. So, and my fears were not founded because the speakers are really good. It has a really nice mid range, sometimes a bit too much that I need to scoop a little post mix. It's nice, you know, you get this really nice warm sound. So yeah, change the speakers if you need to. Seduti di Prato. Oh, you're from Prato. That's good. I was there. Yeah, see, I was there. Nice. Salvatore, I recently discovered a great guitarist. Oh, grazie mille. Gracias. Salty, that's an amazing experience. Thanks for sharing. You're welcome. Govinda, disco dancer. Hey, hey John, do you think the Harley Benton ST25 farm is good, or would you rather buy? I would depend on your budget, you know, on your budget. If you are, you know, kind of tight on your budget, then, you know, it depends on you. Both of guitars are good. Again, there is this issue of issue of resale. So the resale value, I guess the PRS has more resale value. But as a guitar, the Harley Benton Fire Mist ST25 is really good. I like it because it has the stack pickups, which I think is really nice. Yeah. Domenico, yes. Oh, he's a wonderful guy, Mr. Pauletti, Signor Pauletti, Fabrizio. Yeah, wonderful, such a humble guy. You know, I really love the time that I had with him. Yeah. That's good to know you guys are friends. Yeah. Alright, so 26 people, so I better get going. Can you guys see what's happening here? Just turn on the big light. Alright, so first off, this is from NUX. Well, they sent this to me almost like a couple of months ago, and I didn't actually sit down and kind of like play around with this. So basically, this is called a MKII Space, and it's meant to be like a portable speaker because it has built-in battery. You can kind of charge it, and it will last for hours outdoors. If you choose to bring it out for your picnic, or you choose to woo your girlfriend with your love songs, you know, you can do this. Now, this is like jack of all trades into one, but I'm really surprised at the sound I'm hearing from this little box. So basically, it's like an amp in a box, and you have to kind of download the app from NUX under MKII Space, whether it be Android or Apple, and it comes with the IRs and everything. So with different amps, with effects. I mean, these guys did. That's why I love NUX and UX so much, because they think of everything. Sometimes they think too much, but you know, to give them all the credit, they think of everything. And it has compressors, noise gate, overdrives, delay, reverb, whatever you need, all right, on an app on your phone, and you can plug your guitar into here and adjust on your app. And if you say that, well, let's just do it instead of talking. And yeah, so I have my app now set to a JCM JCM 800. So I'm gonna let you see up close what I have here. Can you see that? So it's a JCM model, and can you see that? Right? British 800. And then you have all your EQs and your gain structure, and that little strap on the strap or strip on top is where your effects are. You can kind of like shuffle the order. You can bring any effects to any order. So this is how it sounds like. Let me just bring out the master. Right, so this is clean without the amp simulation. With the amp simulation. Bring out again. You hear the delay and the reverb. So this is a problem with this guitar, because it doesn't stay in tune really well. I need to have it reworked by Wayne again. So I'm going to change guitar now, something that stays in tune. Hold on. What guitar should I use? Let's see. Let's try the James Taylor. The James Tyler. Okay, let's hear how it sounds like. So this gain is at 47%. If I were to bring it all the way up, okay, so now it's 21. Bring it up. 86%. Right? And this is not all. You know what you can do with this thing is incredible. So basically, I spoken to Monk from UX like 2 nights ago, and what they did was to kind of like design this two stereo. This is in stereo, okay? So when you're playing your delay, it's bouncing back and forth, which I cannot capture with a mono mic. So pardon me all over the place. But in any case, they designed the speakers to be compatible to not just the guitar, but also to normal music, you know. So you can use this as a desktop speaker, and you can hook up with your iPhone via Bluetooth. Now I'm going to put on a backing track that I myself did, so that I wouldn't run into copyright infringement. So this is how it sounds like. So, quite amazing, right? So you can actually kind of sit down with this. All you do is a power plug it in, and then you can hook up a guitar either through a cable like what I'm doing here, because like I told you guys, you know, they think of everything. So they actually came in with a a wireless plug. You know, I'm gonna show you guys what this is all about. You know, basically, just gonna stop all the amps. All right. So it comes in with a foot switch, a NUX Mini 2 foot switch for you to start and stop a looper. Okay, so it comes in with a looper too, and then you can kind of like again decide what sort of drum beat you want to have. Let's just show a little bit. It's crazy, you know. Okay, so you have a looper here, you have a drum beat, and I could just tap the tempo and I'll start. Right, and it's crazy, you know. So I could even activate the looper if I want to, and jam track if you have, you know, they actually supply you a couple of jam tracks. So just hear some of them. Jam tracks, looper, or you can do you can select your drums to kind of jam along with this, right? So I was telling you about the B5 transmitter, which is like a sort of a wireless thing, because this is Bluetooth compatible, so it acts as a receiver. So they gave you a transmitter. So this is a transmitter, right? So it plugs directly into your guitar. I can't do it here because it wasn't charged. This wasn't charged, so it will take time to charge it, and I don't have time. So basically, just plug this to your guitar, and this will receive. You gotta do your adjustment, and you're set. You don't even have like guitar cables running all over the place that I do right now, and I think that's so neat. And it comes in with a couple of stuff like, you know, USB cable for your firmware update. Yeah, in fact, this is due for an update, a firmware update. Cool, right? Yeah. So, like, you know, someone was asking me about what I would advise for a new guitar player. This is something that you should think about doing, or getting a looper like what I had, which I did a review a couple of videos back. In fact, the last video that I did. All right, so I'm going to show you guys how this thing looked like. Let's take off the power. Yeah, so it's, you know, you can operate this by battery, by charging it. So this is how it looks like. This is the top panel. It functions, looks the same like any amp, you know, with the mid control and the highs and presence. And then you also have like the back panel. You have connection for your Bluetooth. This is a power. What you have here, you have a foot switch for you to connect to change channels, A/B channel, because they have a high sort of a high gain channel and a clean channel. Then you have another foot switch which was supplied by, you know, which I showed you just now. You can actually do your start stop on your looper, and then you have a USB for your update. And this is the volume for your to control whatever is coming in from your phone through Bluetooth, like your backing track we just played from my phone. And then you have speaker out, if in case you want to go to another set of speakers. Phone out, and aux in. So this is where, you know, if you're gonna go old school with a CD player, and then you have this mini jack plugged right in here. Yeah. So basically very if I were to say it's easy, maybe I'm just overstating it a bit. It can get really complicated if you want to, because there is also a editor program for you to use with your computer if you want to, like, you know, do fine adjustments to your overdrive, to your reverb setting, to your compressor setting. So it's a a very complex thing if you want to get into it, but it's a lovely thing to get into it if you're a guitar player, because these are the nerdy things that I live for, right? But to show this, I wanted to do this. I want to do a video for this, but I found it to be like really complicated to do a video to explain the capabilities of this. That's why I thought I would do this on a live stream, so I can kind of like demonstrate to you what this thing is capable of, basically. Right? So, you know, I plugged it into a power source, and right now it's already been charged, so I can use this for a couple of hours if it's fully charged over everywhere. I mean, I can bring this out to a picnic, I can bring it out to a cell group, to church if I want to, or even to a small gig. And this gets pretty loud. If I, you know, the master was like half. The loudest that I played just now was about half. You can get pretty loud. Yeah, so if I just plug right in, it will start charging again. And you can just put it on anywhere you want to. Like, it doesn't make sense for me because I have an amp in here and I have another amp here. I don't need this because I have monitor speakers, I have my studio monitor speakers. But for some of you guys who are working with a Spartan layout with a iMac or whatever, and then with no speakers, this is a good choice because you can use this as a computer speakers if you want to. After all, it's in stereo. You can watch your Netflix over here if you want to, listen to your iTunes if you want to. At the same time, plug in the guitar with that wireless thingy I was talking about, and you can kind of jam along. Amazing. Phew. Well, that was a stretch. Right. Apart from this, they even came out with a smaller brother. So this is the MKII LITE Bluetooth Mark II, and it's called a desktop modeling amplifier. Alright. So basically this is like a scaled down version of this. It also works with your app, but only 7 presets. So you also have like drum beats and, you know, and stuff like that. I think you even have a looper, if not mistaken. No looper? No looper, just a drum pattern for you to kind of like practice. So this is really even smaller than this one, you know, so something to keep in mind. So this 3 watts, 3-watt output is, I believe this is a mono speaker. This one is a stereo setup. What's this? This is like 30 watts, right? 30 watts of power. Comes in with IRs and whatever things that you will ever need. Like, you know, all the effects here are like, I want to name a couple of them. You have gate, like I said, noise gate compressor, amp simulation. You know, you can choose your Fender amps and your whatever. I saw a Sodano there somewhere, and a rectifier too. Pretty cool. And then you have EQ, modulation, like choruses, vibe, and everything. Delay, reverb, and all configurable. You can kind of switch here and there in that path. Stereo delay and reverb. Yeah, 7 hours playing time on battery, right? Drum loop and everything is in there. If you need to do looping, like I said, you can do it and control it with the foot switch I was showing you. Yeah. Yes, you're right. It's almost like the THR, but they can't improve on that. THR is basically something like this, but they added a whole lot of stuff which is easily accessible through the app. So I reviewed the THR before. You know, they're pretty good. You know, the Yamaha THR. But somehow I prefer the sound of these speakers, and not because I'm biased or anything like that, but these speakers have a little bit more low ends, and even when I'm playing like normal music, which I'm not going to do now, I'm going to play another backing track. Maybe this. I could feel the bass drum, and that's what's important because as a speaker, right, I need to hear the low ends, and as a guitar amplifier, it's pretty nice. I thought it sounded pretty cool. Let's just give it a whirl again. Maybe this time, let's not do a Marshall amp. Let's do something else. Let's do holy crap! Sorry, pardon my French. You have a whole lot of amplifiers here, right? So you have Jazz Chorus Clean, Fender Reverb, Bassman, I guess, Tweedy, Highwire, Kelly Crunch, Class A, which is like a Vox, A30, Plexi, which is a Marshall, Plexi 100, Plexi 45, the Brit 800. You have the Solano, the Freeman, right? And then you got the dual rectifier. You got the the diesel amp, and then you have Mr. Z38 Super Reverb. You have acoustic, all right. So you even have acoustic IR, so you can kind of plug in the acoustic guitar, and it will function as a really nice acoustic guitar amp. Crazy. So let's just choose let me see. Let's just choose a nice Fender-ish. Let's just do a deluxe reverb. Okay, why not? All right. So I could kind of adjust to my liking. It's got a mid control here, which is pretty cool. Yeah. Right. So if I were to cut down the delay a little bit, I could bring it down a level, and then when I go down to the amp again, I could kind of increase the gain a little bit, so it sounds. So it sounds nice, right? Nice Fender-ish amp. Let's try the I was telling you about the dual rectifier. It's gonna be loud, so I'm gonna cut down just a little bit. I'm not gonna do too much of this because it's really late. It's like 1:20 a.m. in the morning. Okay, I'm gonna turn off the amp. Let me know what you guys think about this mighty space from UX and the this little teeny little mighty LITE Bluetooth Mark II desktop modeling amp. Okay, so I got this out of the system. You guys got any more questions? Let me know. That's the problem with with cables. I have cables all over the place, and being run over by my chair. I don't like that. I don't like cables being run over by my chair. So the wireless thing is really a good idea. Okay, so I'm back. Let's carry on with some of the questions that you guys have. Domenico, you own one of his first guitars. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, he's got a crazy passion, for guitars. I can tell. This passion that he has is amazing. I expect the price of that pedal to be much higher. Which pedal are you talking about, Dennis? You're talking about a looper, right? I knew the Tyler would be the choice. That would be my choice. Why is it so much more money than a Spark? Is it much more expensive than a Spark? I don't think so. 060 sound jamming over back in track never get. So does it? No, it doesn't. NUX make real good stuff. It does. Okay, so yeah, I was talking to someone who's not here. Yeah, take care. Pawn Muncher, can someone link this amp for me? Okay. Does it have a bright pins? No, it does not. 20 years ago, it wouldn't have lasted the 10 hours I would play. Now it outlasts me 4 times. Wind swirl, their models are pretty good. Sounds the same as the ones on the Mighty Plug. Yes, exactly. Sounds nice. The tire is so good, I'm sure it wakes you at night playing itself. That would be spooky. I use wireless all the time. In this little man cave that I have is all about wireless actually, because I have I actually use a Line 6 G10 system for some of my stuff, but because I have this deluxe amp and some of the cleaner sounds on my reviews are done with the amp on the Fender Deluxe. I had it all wired up, so it's cool. I don't have to run through it. I don't have to be on the wireless with this, even though I am putting back my wireless system from NUX, which is the B10 if I'm not mistaken. So I'm waiting for that the new power supply to come, because yeah, it needs to be isolated. This power supply that I'm having is not isolated, so it causes a little bit of interference. That's the reason why I took this out. But I want to thank CD Music for passing me this beautiful tuner, which is really nice, so this is from Korg. So I have it on here right now, but this will be replaced by the B10 once I get it back. I mean, once the power supply arrives, and that will be, it's compatible. I can use it as a wireless system, which I choose not to, because I will probably bring the B10 when I'm going on tour, which brings me to this second point, which I am going on tour come end of March. So I'll be doing a couple of shows in China. So I'll be bringing that NUX B10 along with me and see how it works, on the real big stage. And yeah. Rexomatic, maybe you address this. How does NUX amp compare to the Spark? Well, I can't tell you specifically, because I haven't reviewed a Spark yet, so I don't know how it sounds like compared to the Spark. But I could tell. I just told you guys how I felt comparing it to a THR, the Yamaha THR. All right. Pawn March, it sounds very nice. Thanks for sharing. Oh, my pleasure. I was thinking of the new X pedal you did last week. I like it. I was shocked at the loop, which is, I believe, the looper. I'm talking about the looper, right? So the looper is pretty nice, and it's pretty cheap. John, do you hear sound differences between wired versus wireless setup when you use? Of course, there is a difference. So we have to talk about buffers here, for a second. Now, some of you might not know what a buffer is. So a buffer is inherent in some of the pedals that you buy, because when you are like doing connections between pedals and pedals, you lose the signal clarity of the original sound. So sometimes you have true bypass, buffered bypass. And if you were to compare, say, a 15 feet cable, right? Like if you were to have a 15 feet cable from your guitar to whatever you're using, a multi-effects board or a pedal board, you're going to have signal loss, definitely. You're going to lose some of the high, some of the clarity if it's a 15 feet cable. Now, with a wireless system, you tend not to have that because it's wireless after all, and there's no degrading of tone. And depending on the brand of wireless that you use, right? So nowadays, a lot of wireless system, the professional ones, even for the Line 6 and whatever, or the Shure or whatever, it comes with an option, especially for guitar wireless system. You can kind of pull that switch for you to simulate a long cable, meaning it's a filter, basically. You just kind of cut off the top ends a little bit, just to give you the feeling that you're playing with a long cable. But that I find it to be not really. You think about it, right? So most of the guys who are playing in the studio or in a home, they have short wires, like maybe what, 2 foot, 3 feet most, and they plug into your effects, and yeah, that's the sound that they are used to. But once they started playing a big gig, they have 15 feet or 20 feet. Like I used to have a 25-foot cable with me because I was running all over the place and there was no wireless system. And yeah, you can hear the degrading of tone, and it gets a little bit muffled in a way. So you got to compensate it through your amp and through your setting. So that's the wire problem that we face. With the wireless, you don't have that. But now some guitar players are complaining that using a wireless system is too pristine, is too clinical. You can never please everybody, right? So they have to put in that option for you to filter off the high end so that you simulate a long cable scenario. Yeah. So for me, I'm okay. I don't activate any of this stuff because what I want is a really good connection between my guitar and my multi effects. And once I get that, I'm happy. Yeah, whatever it is, whatever comes out of that is just whatever the effects is capable of producing, or whatever your pedal board or your amp is able to produce. That's it. Hope I answered that question. All right. And Rusty, do I ever use wireless on stage? Yes, all the time. So back when I started touring, back in 1990, in the 90s, mid 90s, the funny part was in the early 90s, I was still using a long cable. That's the funny part. And then kind of technology kind of caught up, and then we started using like wireless system. In fact, wireless system was available as far back as 1986, 85. I was using it in some of the clubs because I have to run out and do my solo and run back in. But they were like a bit clunky, right? Sometimes you have and then you pick up like RF transmission. It got better as the years went by, and in the mid 90s, everybody was using a wireless system when you're doing big shows. So I was using wireless system. I was running the length and breadth of the big stage, without any problem at all, because the wireless system kind of like held up. Yeah. Right. So any more questions? I'm just waiting for a couple of guitars to arrive. Like I was saying, I'm waiting for my She guitar to come back. I had some further modification done, which I will explain in a video that I'm gonna do. But it's gonna be a killer guitar, and I'm trying to ask him. I'm trying to get him to make me another guitar where I can tour with, because I'll be like doing like, it's not confirmed yet, but probably be heading out for 25 or more shows. So I want to bring up a guitar that I can tour with without fearing that it will be scratched or drop or anything, heaven forbid. So I'm talking to him. I'm kind of figuring out what sort of color and but it's still going to be a John Cole signature model. It's just that it'll probably be a bit cheaper, a bit more affordable than the ones that you saw, which costs about 2,003 US, which I think is okay for a fully customized guitar. The Paoletti that I have, the Paoletti John Cole, is pretty expensive. It goes around 3 to 4,000 US. So yeah. Another kit guitar. Yeah. I thought you know about this, right, Milo? So I'm really pretty excited about this guitar because it has a lot of stuff that I wanted, and Ray is such a nice guy. He's a guitar player, so he understands how guitarist feels, and that's why it's a joy to work with him, right? And I'm waiting for my other James Tyler. I ordered a burning water, which will be my first burning water. So I'm waiting for it to arrive, and I think I'm gonna wait a little bit more because the lead time has just been extended. So I'm patient. I'll wait. In any case, yeah. So how are you guys doing actually? Like, apart from the weather, the wet weather that we're having all over the world, how you guys doing? Like, are you guys okay at home? I believe there is a influx of COVID cases in America right now, in the US. So I don't think it's going to be as bad as the last time, you know. But people are going to fall sick. Yeah, I had COVID when I was in Malaysia, so yeah. So but that lasted like 4 or 5 days, and I was back to normal again. And by the first 2 3 days, I didn't even know I had COVID until Marcus, my godson, told me, "Hey, Dad, you better take a test," because I was staying in his place, and yeah, I had COVID. It was bad because I had fever. I thought I had the flu, but yeah. Anyway, 4 or 5 days and it's over. So I guess it should get better. I don't know. You like the unique colors on the burning water? Yeah, it's nice. Yeah, it's nice. I was apprehensive at first because it was so striking that I thought that maybe I might just get tired of it after a while. But I've been looking at it all the time, but it's the pickup configuration that I've chosen, and some of the color coordinations that I did with the pick guard and everything. So I think it's gonna be nice. I think it's gonna look nice, and with the pickup configuration, I think it's gonna do something different from this one here. Yeah, I'm just waiting for, and it doesn't have like a maple fretboard. It has a rosewood fretboard, which again is a totally different playing experience. Actually, why don't we do some playing? But not too loud though. Let's play soft. If there's such a thing as playing softly. Signed to sell property, relocate to Austin area. Oh, Texas can get pretty cold, right? Yeah, I know. I've been there. You know. Which part of Texas are you at? So I'm gonna play around with the looper. Let me just shift the camera just a little bit so you can kind of see the looper in action. Ew, shifting the whole darn thing. Hi Marvin, you're still miserable. Why? Oh, Guillemette. Hi John. Super channel. Congrats for your new scene. Oh, thank you so much. Altamir. Where you from? Gulami. How do you pronounce your name? It's a French name, I presume. Gulami. Marvin is still waiting for my SA2200. 8 weeks and counting. Rep said they ran out of cases. Waco area. Oh. Dennis, we're expecting 10 degrees. Ooh, next week. That's pretty cold. Okay, I'm gonna try to attempt to do a loop. Okay, so I'm gonna start off with. Oh, wait, hold on. I need to set it to. Where is it? No, what am I doing? Okay. Record. Instant pre-beat, yeah, correct. So, metronome. Yeah, where's the metronome over here? Oh, silly me. So the way I figured this thing out is because the loop core has two outputs, so it's basically a stereo output, but you can configure your output in such a way where the output B goes into another channel of your amp. So like I have a Fender Deluxe Toadmaster here, I have two channels. So I routed the loop into the first channel of the amp, which you hear right now. And then the rest of the loops and the guitar will be on the main channel. So I thought it was pretty cool because I could kind of like adjust, you know, the volume rather than going into the pedal itself. So just 2, 3. thing about this is that I can actually configure how do I stop the loop. So I'm going to do this, which I think is so cool. Right? Kind of fade off. Yeah. And then if I were to maybe change it to, say, a drum pattern. I like this ending because the way it ends, it kind of fade off. So yeah, it's kind of nice. Right. So where were we? Well, okay. Hope one of your gigs come to New York. Ah, New York. Yeah, and that might be a possibility because, but then again, it will most probably be New Jersey, you know, Atlantic City. So okay, Gua, Guillaume, Guillaume. Oh, nice. Sure, Monsieur Altamera. Is this correct? Dennis, that Tyler impressed me more than any other that you play. He can't make a bad sound. Oh, he does. He's a player. I mean bad sounds all the time. On the contrary, actually, this guitar is really good for rock. Yeah, I really love playing this. Like, you know, for some of the songs that I do, like, you know, the hot edge songs. It's really good for that. But at the same time, you can also be very mellow, so you can kind of mellow it down. Really nice ballads, you know. You can pretty much do anything that you hear in the 80s with that guitar. Hey, hi, Carlos. How are you? Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Hi, Russ. You're from Madagascar. Ooh, nice. How's everything, Carlos? Everything good? Marvin, are you still there? So I'm going to like keep this stuff I'm talking, pack up, and everything has no weaknesses. Actually, you're right. I've yet to find a flaw in it. What happened? What happened? I need to get a bigger room, a bigger house. I don't know. I'm happy staying where I am. I don't like to move. I don't like to, you know. I was supposed to move uh, 40 years ago, 30 years ago to a bigger, well, supposedly bigger place. Well, better surroundings, I guess. But then the government has this show flat. You can go actually. I actually booked the room. Booked the house. I didn't. Did I do my down payment? I think not. But yeah, kind of did the booking for the flat, and I went to the show flat and I saw it and I immediately canceled it because it was smaller than this flat that I'm having right now currently, because it's supposed to be it's supposed to be bigger than my present flat, but it's not. A lot of wasted space, like things that you don't really need. So I canceled that and I stuck with where I am all this time. So I saved the money and I did some renovation. That was a couple of years ago, so this house needs to be renovated again, which I don't see how, especially. So, and then you have the rest of the house. So you know what it's like. You guys who are living in North America, you know what it's like. To remodel a house is like a pain. And then I have kids staying here. I have my dogs, my animals. I don't know how to relocate them. So for the present time, I'll probably not do anything until maybe in the future. Yeah. So the good thing about this thing too, it comes with a strap, so you can kind of carry this and not lug it around like that. There's a handle, a sort of a fox leather handle for it. Yeah. All right, Tim, take care. All is well in Tucson. It's been very cool. Oh yeah. I miss Tucson actually. I always regret not knowing you. Like when I was going up to Tucson every year, it would be great if I've known you then. Yeah, we could hang out and have tacos. Oh, I miss Mexican food. Right now it's too late for Mexican food. Also, order Mexican food right now. How do I keep this? Okay. That's it. Put all these things down. Sometimes the way they pack, it's so ingenious. It's so like they will find little corners and nooks and crannies to slot everything in. It's amazing, sometimes I look at the way they pack. It's like, whoa. I mean, to spend the time figuring this out, everything is like so neat, all worked out. What is this? This is correct. All right, see, everything is like, it's all thought out, And just go in like this. So it goes in like this. And voila, magnifico. We're done. It's all packed. Easy peasy. Carlos, what's single coil humbucker? Oh, single coil humbucker. A single coil humbucker? You mean a stack? You mean a single coil size humbucker? The Seymour Duncans have really nice ones. There are a couple of models depending on the gain structure and how much gain you want. I believe some other pickup makers also carries their own versions of stack pickups. So you need to kind of like do your research, because I do not have much luck with stacks. I used to have my old, well, I still have my old Fender Japan contemporary, which I've owned since 1986. And at one time, I had Wayne installed for me a stack pickup, and I didn't like it. It was from I forgot where is it from. I think it's not from Seymour Duncan. It was from another pickup maker, but I didn't like it. I didn't like the sound I'm hearing. Somehow, when you have two humbuckers or two pickups stacked on top of one another, and there's another thing to consider. If you're using stack, you need to have the depth for it. If not, you got to reroute your routing so that you can accommodate the longer or rather the deeper pickup. So there's something to consider too. But I always prefer the full-blown humbucker to any stack. But although I have to be fair, I played on the Fireman's, right, the Harley Benton 25th anniversary, which has a stack. And this actually sounded good. They actually sounded, yeah, it sounded okay. It sounded good, And then there's another one that I played. I believe it's not from Harley Benton. It was some Corona. If I'm not mistaken, I think it's Corona. I know what a name, but they're a Korean company. Great guitars, they make really great guitars, and they have a Strat with stack pickups, and they sounded good too. So it depends on the pickup maker. So again, it's trial and error. You got to test it out. Chinese food, and we'll only eat it with sticks, chopsticks, not sticks. Rusty, Austin is a foodie paradise. I believe so. I was at was I at Austin? No, I wasn't at Austin. I was at where was I? Oh man, it was many years ago. Where was I? I was at Phoenix. No, Phoenix is in Arizona. What am I talking about? I was at Galveston. And was I at Austin? Maybe I was at Austin. No, I wasn't at Austin. Was I at Austin? No, I was at Galveston. We were doing some ministry work again. We were hitting all the Chinese churches all across America. So yes, I believe we did Austin. I was at Austin. Yeah, I was at Austin. I was at Galveston, and then we went off to Oklahoma, Tulsa town. We went to Tulsa. So we were driving towards Tulsa town, I was singing the old Eric Clapton song Tulsa town. So yeah, so it was pretty cool. And I didn't know that Tulsa has a flight school, teaching pilots how to fly Boeing 747 or I don't know, whatever jets they have. And there's a really healthy Asian community there. So yeah, so we went through all these places. Pretty fun, CZ Pavel, yeah. Hi John, I'm your work on YouTube. Greetings from the Czech Republic. Are you going to test other effects from NUX and Joe? Yes, always. I've yet to do a review for the mod core, which is the chorus, which I really like. I was thinking of doing everything in one go because I have a couple more mini pedals from NUX, which are really nice chorus pedals. So I'm going to run through all of them at one go and see what I can come up. But I'm waiting for my sheet guitar to come because I want to do all this with the sheet guitar. So I'm just biding my time. Yes, I will test other effects from the other various pedal makers. Yeah. Dennis made a woman laugh at a restaurant. She has been watching me eat with sticks and bursts out laughing when I eat ice cream. Yeah, that'd be fun to watch. Rusty, do you prefer low or high output pickups? Again, it depends. If I were to do my work on stage, especially in the music that I do, the concerts, the shows that I do, I prefer my my humbuckers, especially my bridge humbucker, to be at least a medium to high output pickups. Not oversaturated, because when I had my She signature guitar, it was really high output. So I had to kind of ask Ray to kind of tame it down to just a normal humbucker with a output of maybe 13, and that original pickup was like hitting 15 to 17. Yeah, I forgot which one is it. It was really high, so it becomes really oversaturated, especially when you're playing a high gain setting. So I didn't want that, because after a while it sounds like a fuzz, and um, I decided to kind of tame it down to a more feasible output, which is about 13 or 12. I think it's 12 right now. So the pickups from here, the super pickups from James Tyler, is about, if I'm not mistaken, about 10 or 11. I forgot. I gotta check and confirm again. And I like the pickup, the super pickup from James Tyler. So I think it's just nice. And my Paoletti has a lower output than this, and it sounds great. So it depends on the guitar, the pickups are installed in. Like the Paoletti has a different character to it, because it's an F hole, it's resonant in many ways. The pickups are a little bit microphonic, so it has a different tone by itself. So I don't need a high output humbucker. It's just nice, and I like the sound of my Paoletti. I love it very much. With the Tyler, it's a different take, because it's more of a solid guitar. With the She is chambered, there's chambering going on, so it's very resonant too. So I think that's a problem why I felt uncomfortable with the really high output humbuckers that was there originally. And I think with the Switch, I think it will do much better. Yeah, like I said, it depends on your body. Whether it's a solid body, is it chambered, is it resonant, the wood, is there a pick guard? Guys don't even think about the difference between having a pick guard and not having a pick guard, which I've discovered after like reviewing a whole lot of James Tyler guitars. I review a lot of guitars with pick guards, a lot of guitars without pick guard, and they have the same pickups, same wood sometimes, and they just sound different. Dennis, I bought a single size Fender humbucker from Sweetwater. Haven't installed yet. You buy a lot of stuff, buddy. And you're telling me that you want to buy this too, the looper, which I think you should, because it's so much fun. Yeah, I think everybody should buy a looper. I used to have this old looper that I have lying around somewhere here. Yeah, this is a Dido, the first Dido, really ugly because it's gathering all the dust and everything from misuse, or rather disuse. Yeah, so this is a Dido from TC Electronics. Simple looper, very simple, mono in, mono out. I play around with this for the period in the year 2005, 2005, when I was having a lull. I wasn't doing a lot of gigs. I was so bored at home. I remember this guitar that I have, this Tokai 335. And I remember I would wake up, and I'll be so bored because there'll be no gigs for me, and I'm in between like session work and arrangements, so I have a lot of free time in between my production work. And I would just sit down here with my old Langley M. It's a real small tube. I think it's a VC15, if I'm mistaken. And I would just fool around with the looper, and that helped me a lot. It's very therapeutic. I mean, it's like it's therapeutic for me. It's just yeah, it just kind of like minister to me in many ways. So just sitting there and making mistakes without batting an eyelid, because we all make mistakes when we're practicing. I made a whole lot of mistakes when I was playing with the looper just now. Both ways. I couldn't care less, because this is the way it is. Everybody makes mistakes. It's whether are you brave enough to show your mistakes to the world. So I'm not saying I'm brave. I'm just stupid enough to do that. But when you're practicing at home alone, you can do all sorts of mistakes you want. But to make sure that as you practice, as you play the looper, the lines you play, that it gets better and better and better, and then you kind of like have that sort of of a motion going where you start to make a whole lot less mistakes when you find out about other stuff. Yeah. Milo, I have a question. When you were younger, have you been doing spider walk exercise, and you ever wanted to improve your speed and dexterity, and done special workouts for it other than skills? Louis, hi John. When do I? Okay, I'm gonna answer these two questions at one go. I started playing guitar when I was like 16, or yeah, 16, and I started pretty late because I just wanted to learn how to play guitar to sing the songs that I love, mostly John Denver songs and and all the old songs from Eagles and whatever. And then later on, I became more serious in guitar playing when I joined a band. That was back in when I was 18 and 19 before I head out to the army. I served 2 years in the army. So during the 2 years in the army, I spent weekends with my band. And most of them are in the army too, but we were all in different units. But we got together on weekends to kind of jam through, and nothing serious. And then after the army, I came out to work, and while I was working in my day job, I was like doing gigs at night, and that's where I became a little bit more serious in my playing and in my practice regimen, yeah, and how I practice. So that will bring me to the second question. The spider walk and all that is something that my good guitar player friend taught me, but I wasn't really doing that purposefully. I was playing for the sake of playing. I was like playing to make music, to make melodies, and that's why my hand techniques is so horrible. It's not a lot of subscribers have commented on why am I using two fingers or why am I using three fingers? What happened to my pinky? And they'll be very harsh on the criticism. I don't give, I don't care about what they say. Uh, it used to hurt me back when I was younger, but the fact is nobody actually complained about me using three fingers and not using my pinky when I was playing everywhere, the big shows all around the world, doing guitar sessions. Nobody did say anything about it because back then people listened to music with their ears and not with their eyes. So in the YouTube land, you get both, and mostly on the visual aspect. So guys will come and say, "Why are you not using a pinky? What sort of guitar player are you? Cut your damn nails," And I have my reason for letting my nails grow on my left hand, which I'm going to tell you later on. But you come out with all sort of criticism, and it used to hurt me at the get go. And then they'll go a little bit more cruel, and then they'll play the racist card. And I found out later on that this thing called B&B, block and ban. So I block and ban all this so-called people. I'm trying very hard to nail the old man to the cross again. So yeah, I'm not trying to go anywhere else. Yeah, so it used to bother me, but I couldn't care less nowadays because I still am in the business of making music, of making melodies. So when you ask me about exercises that I do, yes, I do. I do scales. When I was younger, I spent like 6 hours, 7 hours, sometimes up to 8 hours practicing my guitar at home. And when I started working, I practiced less, but I still do practice because I need to learn new songs and new solos. So I had to figure out how to do all this, and I have no theory training. Nobody taught me how to read. I didn't even know chords properly. We were just playing everything by ear, and then we were like handling all sorts of songs, in the top 40s, not even knowing. We just memorized everything by heart. We go for rehearsals, play a couple of times through, get a song right, but I was a perfectionist, so I wanted everything to sound right. It's amazing how God managed to open up my career with such little knowledge. But whatever knowledge I've gained is through experiences. Like in the studio, I had to sit down with arrangers, and I have very good arranger friends. Guys who are my peers, who are very patient with me. Sometimes a bit surprised that I don't even know what is the 11th chord, and they will kind of like guide me through it, playing on their keyboards and going, okay, this is the note that I want to do, and I will learn from them. and I started to learn how to read a little bit. The Nashville system, so I learn how to read in numbers and all that, and started playing gigs. But that was because I have very good memory, and most of the solos that I need to play, I would kind of like remember the feel of it rather than notes. And if it is a solo that I really like, I would play note for note. But with something that I don't really like, I would talk to the music director or to the arrangers, like, maybe I would do my own take. And most of the time I get away with it and say, yeah, go for it, So this is how it all panned out for me. And when I was younger, I used to spend a lot of time just noodling, just playing, just making music, learning how to bend the notes properly, bend it in such a way that it's musical, and try to emulate the vocal aspect, of to bring the vocal kind of magic into my playing, which I think I succeeded in part, not totally. I'm still not too happy with my playing, so I'm seeking to improve my playing every now and then. And I don't really shred a lot. I don't really do that. It's just sometimes you just want to do that because I want to feel how is it like to kind of play fast passages on a certain guitar neck, because some guitar necks are really bad, some guitar necks are really good for fast playing, and some guitar necks are really good for, like, slow playing, emotive playing. So it all depends on the guitar maker and the guitars. Right? Hope I answer your question. Dennis on a whim bought a Rescrete Racer guitar. Amazing how good it is. It's helping my rehab. Yes, the best neck I ever played. Strange how something so cheap can turn out. Yeah. I have John Denver spectacles. No, John Denver has his on gold rim. It's gold rim. Yeah. When you sound as good as you do, they're jealous. Now I'm not really too. I don't really care about how they feel. Proper technique is when you sound good, not what is considered proper. I always used to say, well, I didn't charge you for the bad notes and poor techniques. Carlos, regardless of technique, it sounds good. Oh well, John, you got gigs because of your skill and attitude, not technique always. You've been anointed to play guitar. You're so kind. Yeah, and this is why I appreciate guys like you, because you guys are so supportive. And I'm not saying this because it's all about me, that I need people to support me. It's not that. I think a lot of people are so negative in their criticism, and especially you Americans, you guys are so vocal, so opinionated, that you guys won't even think twice about whether you're offending someone, and you just type whatever remarks you have. But there are some guys like you right here in this live stream who are nice people, who are considerate, and who cares about what the other party might think. But there are a whole lot of them who just don't think, and who just, and I always felt like when I'm hearing and looking at these comments that they just warm it at my front door. I don't like people to warm it on my front door. Yeah, if I'm in Texas, I will probably shoot them. Thank God I'm not in Texas. If I'm a Texan, I'll probably own guns, lots of guns. No. I don't think I'll own a gun. I have enough guns in my army days. I love guns, and I love them too much so that I know I can get addicted to them. Guns and guitars, they go hand in hand. In case some of you guys don't know. Your technique is pretty good. It's so clean at high speed, so it's something difficult to achieve. I would want to sound that clean even if I could reach the speed runs. Yeah, all this stuff. Like, I teach guitars, right? So I have a couple of students, and but they haven't asked me how about that quintessential question of how do I play so fast and so clean. The thing is, I couldn't even explain if the question was put to me, because I did not specifically come to a conclusion that I'm gonna make an effort to play clean and fast at the same time. It's about that piece of music and how it kind of inspires me to play that run to play the ascending run or to play the descending run in the way that it was played. So sometimes it's just a matter of feel. I would do something just because it just happens to fit in the right way. Sometimes I messed up too. I mean, a couple of reviews that I did, I know that I played badly, but you guys are so kind, you know. So, but I know. And like I said, I'm a perfectionist in many ways. So I listen back to my videos and that sucked. Oh man, that the guitar was out of tune and that note was flat. And I hear everything. It's just that when I was doing the video, sometimes I I need to get that video out in certain timing, so it didn't actually pay. And it's also ear fatigue, because you've been playing the song over and over again. So sometimes it gets too tiring to actually hear what was wrong. You got lots of those Texas things considered works of art. Really? You know what's this? It's really nice. This is not a treat. This is not anything. This is a supplement. This is the vitamin supplement. This is the B12 energy vitamin. And it comes in cranberry flavor. So it's like gummy. Really good. Okay, in case you guys are interested in the MKII space from UX, I'm gonna put the link here. You wanna check it out? Go ahead and check it out. It's called MKII Space. So the link is at the chat. My secret weapon, B12? Nah. I just like munching on this, you know. I had like breakfast a couple of hours ago. Yeah, it's crazy. My sleeping habits is all over the place again. So I woke up at 5 p.m. today. I went out thinking I have dinner with my godson, who just arrived from Los Angeles. Turned out that that we mistaken the date, so he couldn't make it anyway. So I had dinner with another person who was supposed to join us, and I had breakfast instead. I had nice breakfast. I had salad, sunny side up eggs, roasted potatoes, and bacon, 2 strips of bacon, and salmon. Oh, nice. Yeah, so that was my breakfast, and and of course toast. You know, I'm getting a little bit famished right now, so I don't know what I'm gonna have later on. Wish you could have heard me 10 years ago. But I will work to get back as much as, and I think you'll get there, Dennis. Yeah, you get there, back to where you were, you know, before the incident. You know, you just have to keep on going for it, like, you know, keep on playing. Now I'm gonna share you guys, because I don't know about the age group that you guys are in. Like, I'm in my 60s right now. I mean, in my more or less mid 60s. I'm 64 by the end of the year of this 2024. I'll be at 64 years old. But a couple years ago, we're talking about like 2010 or 2013. I started having like little aches on my fingers. You know, little aches, like, sometimes you feel like real lethargic, and then you have little aches, and I'm going like, oh no, oh God, do not let me have rheumatism, because it would really, hinder my playing, and I didn't know what to do. And I started like, Googling. Sometimes Google is really good. Started Googling about joints, finger joints, and how to elevate the pain. And I read a whole lot of stuff, and I read about fish oil. Now there's a lot of talk about fish oil and about how it's a rip-off and everything. So I decided to try it because there's a whole lot of people who stood by the fact that it did help them. So I bought fish oil from iHerb, and I tried taking the supplement for a couple of months, for about half a year, and the pain was gone. Right, so I started realizing that, hey, supplements really do help. So I've been taking fish oil. Even today, I'm taking like a mix between fish oil and curcumin, right? So curcumin is another supplement that I take because it brings down any swelling that you have among your joints or your body. So especially when you're doing a lot of playing, like I do, when I'm doing my YouTube videos or when I'm touring, you need all the supplement to keep your hands going. So that's been the supplement that I've been taking all this time. Yeah. Hey, bacon. Oh yeah, talk about bacon. Maybe I'm gonna have myself some bacon too later on. I have bread, so I could muster me up another breakfast. You just gained 2 points just describing your meal. Yeah, Dr. Google, right? So, I mean, what the hell? You age terribly. No, but no, no. I mean, we all age, right? So it's a question of how you maintain what you love to do as much as possible. Like, I love to cycle, right? I love to go bicycling, and I know that to go out on the road, I run the risk of falling, which I've done many times, and I don't like to fall because I can't afford to fall, and I have some pretty bad crashes. So I've decided, okay, I'm not gonna go for unless I'm pretty sure about that stretch. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's safe, and I'll go for it. But I'm talking about my workout. The speed and whatever, my heartbeat and my cardio and everything. But I would rather like take a ride and just work out and sweat a little bit, perspire a little bit, and just to keep your body active and healthy. And I think that's so vital because the thing that I do in this room is so unhealthy because I sit down in this chair for hours. After the video and after playing, I have to edit. And I have to post it up on the webs on YouTube. I have to post it on social media. It's all about sitting down, which is bad. I stopped wearing my Apple Watch because it would remind me to get up and walk every couple of minutes, which is really disturbing, distracting when I'm in a workflow. So I stopped, yeah, wearing my Apple Watch, which I should actually. But I try to make up for it by doing exercises like going out cycling and stuff like that. So as we grow, I think I finally found out that all this sitting down has taken its toll on me when I was at Italy. When I went to Italy, and I was walking in the streets of in the cobblestones of Rome and Florence and Venice and in Sicily. My legs hurt. I didn't used to feel that tired, that worn out when I was there the last 2 times. This is my third trip up there, and I felt like, oh man, this is worse than the route march that we used to have in the army. And my legs were aching. I threw away my pair of shoes that I wore up there and bought me a Timberland boots, which is really nice. I love that pair of boots. And it helped elevate the the pain a little bit, but still, I knew that I was so unfit, and I need to work out again. I need to like cycle and walk and try to build up. Yeah. So a lot of us are really, really unhealthy in many ways in the food that we eat. But I think for me, I'm very pragmatic. I'm a very pragmatic guy. I wanted to maintain the joy that I have in what I do these days. Like if I play a lot of guitar, I'll make sure my hands are are up to it. So I'm very careful about my hands. I'm going to share you stuff that happened to me that I think was really ridiculous, that it could ever happen to a person. But I'm going to share with you later on. Just give me a couple of minutes. So I'm really careful about what happens to my hands. Like, am I able to be able to do the stuff that I'm doing, and even at the age that I'm in, I'm still able to do the stuff that I'm doing, so that I can maintain what I'm playing or what I'm used to playing, whether in session or whether in live work or whether in YouTube. Now, a couple of years ago, I'm talking about more than a decade ago, in that loud period of 2000, I was playing in musicals. I was playing a couple of musicals, which I like. I kind of like the uh, the monotony, or rather the expected things that happen in musical because you're playing the same thing every night. But there's one time when something happened. I don't know. I was either deficient in some of the vitamins that I need, maybe vitamin D or whatever. I had frozen shoulders. Now, frozen shoulders, I know how I got it because I was playing a whole lot of computer games. Again, I was sitting down a lot, and I had it on the right, and then I had it on the left at the same time. So it was really bad, really uncomfortable, really painful. And for some of you guys who had frozen shoulders, you know what I mean. There was one time when I got out of the car, and I think I got out of the car too fast, and I hit the roof of the car, and I was down on the floor with tears in my eyes because it was so painful. And then after the frozen shoulder, it took me almost like 8 months to heal from the frozen shoulders, from the two frozen shoulders. And right after that, I couldn't even dress properly. It was so bad. But I could play guitar. So I was still playing guitar. And then I had this condition where, my nails would come off from the bed of your fingers. It's like one of those sorry, I'm so sorry, Dennis, to remind you of this. Some of some of the Vietnamese torture with the fingernails. Like your fingernails kind of pry off, and it's kind of pry off by itself. And I have like nine of my digits having the same condition. So it is a medical condition, but I have yet to find out why, because I asked my doctor, I asked my GP, they couldn't give me an answer. And I was so afraid of them dropping because that would be bad, right? And I had a musical going on, so I had to play every night. I had to be very careful with my bends so that I don't bend too much and then the nails get caught up in the strings and it would just, what I mean? It's pretty irky. And I had to be very careful. And thank God I finished the musical, so I had time for it to kind of heal. And the nails kind of grew by itself. I stopped playing for a while, and it got better. Thank God. So that was really weird condition to be in. And at one time, I was thinking like, why did this happen to me? Like everything happened so that I cannot play guitar, to hinder me from playing guitar. It's something that I love. And if I can't play guitar, I will be so depressed. And I've been through depression, and I don't want to be depressed. But I thank God I found God at that time. This after I was a Christian, right? So I was a Christian, so I called to the crowd to God every day. I said, Lord, you gotta help me get over this condition. You gotta heal me, oh Lord. Only you can heal me. And that was also the time when I was really, really close to God and to Jesus. I was like talking to Him almost every day because I was in pain, right? I was having two frozen shoulders, and right after that I had this fingernail thing. I couldn't play, and when I can't play, I'm in pain. Emotionally, spiritually, I'm in pain because I cannot make music. And the wife knows, the family knows, but there's only so much she can do, you know. And thank God, my fingers healed itself, and yeah. So nowadays, the reason why I have a little bit of a nail growing on my left hand, which some of you guys, I have some couple of comments, go buy a nail cutter and cut your nails and stuff like that, So everybody has their own condition and their own style of playing. So the reason why I had a little bit of nails growing on my left hand was because when I cut them too deep, like too in, and then when I was starting when I start to bend my strings, right? You know, when you bend your strings, you will pull. There's friction going against the groove, and then if you were to bend too hard, your fingers will tear away from your nails, and that will cause you excruciating pain. So I used to have times when I was playing concerts overseas, and the weather would be dry, and I would be playing my solos, and the adrenaline would take over for the whole show, and you'll be bending away like nothing. And then when I get home, when I got back to my hotel room, I didn't even feel the pain until I washed my hands and go, wow! And when I look, and it was like everything was like red. You know, it was bleeding. You know, I had bent so hard that my fingers were peeled away from the fingernails. And I found out the only way to rectify this is to have some fingernails growing over it, so that it acts as a safety guard, so that I would not bend too much, bend too in. And that's the reason why I have nails on my left hand. You know, I have nails growing on my. It's not that long compared to my right hand, because I needed nails for finger picking. You know, so, but still, you know, people will complain. Yeah, ouch, right, Marlo? It's really painful. Yes, Dennis. Without God, we cannot have. We couldn't possibly go through what life has in store for us. And that's why, you know, I always am very so grateful to God for, you know, letting me have this opportunity to play guitar, you know, and to be able to have a voice. Well, some people say that I have a great singing voice. Well, I beg to differ, but you know, at least I have a singing voice, and I thank God for that. I'm able to worship Him through songs, and through my playing. And I think what we want to do, especially for me, because my whole life is based on music. Um, to be able to make music is like a like breathing for me. And if I were not to make music, yeah, I'll probably die. I'll probably wither and die. I know that's a morbid thing to think about and to say, but I'll probably will be doing that, you know. So I am very careful about what I have, and I cherish it a lot. And that includes my relationship with Jesus. You know, I have to cherish it, but I fail Him almost every day. You know, I'm not sinless. You know, I'm not spotless as He wants me to be. So I still fail Him almost every day. But you know, I know that He will wait for me, and I think I will change in time as I grow older. Yeah. Little things like, you know, I used to have a whole lot of stuff going on with me, mentally, you know, emotionally. I used to get jealous of people. Like, we're talking about people getting jealous. I would get jealous at people when I was younger. Oh, he plays better than me. Oh, he's more popular than me. Oh, he's getting more work than me. Oh, he's going more places than me. Oh, he's playing more gigs than me. But then it came to a stop and a standstill when I finally looked back at myself, at my own career, going like, why am I so jealous? I'm not too bad. I'm not doing that bad. I'm actually quite established. My career is well founded. I have a good reputation in the market. Even if some people don't like me, it doesn't matter. You know, you cannot please everyone. But I have a respectable, you know, career. And I'm going like, so why do I feel so insecure about what other people are doing? And I come to the realization that, you know, the heck with this. You know, I'm gonna do what I want to do, and I want to be good at what I'm doing. And this is where I started to push myself a little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more. And that's why it went downhill, because I was pushing myself a whole lot, and then I got depressed when I could not cope up or could not meet up with my own expectations. And then I had depression. And that's where God stepped in and said, okay, John, grab me by my shoulder and say, get out there, get out that dark hole you're in, come out of there, and pull me out. And that's where He set me in a place and says, look, no matter what you do, I love you, you're my son, no condition. Whatever you think that you are not up to par, you are up to par in my eyes. And I'm going like, oh wow, that's amazing, because I never knew uh, you to be such a God, because we know or hear about Jesus, hear about God, but didn't know about his true character. And after I fell in love with him, after I had that relationship established with him and found out more about him, then I understand, okay, so what this is all about. That God is a loving God. God is love. Bible says 3 words, God is love. And it always will be love. And until the day when I start loving myself for who I am, you or I will always have a problem with myself, because I will always have to go through this whole motion to satisfy my own expectation. And it's so hard. I think it's a journey that a lot of us are going through. And this way a lot of us are going through times of fear and uncertainty and depression. But once I started understanding that, I don't have to try so hard. I just need to enjoy what I'm doing. I need to appreciate what God has in store for me or placed in front of me. And I tell you, the stuff that He put in front of me is like crazy. I've been to places where people would dream to go, but I went. And for an ugly-looking guy in Singapore, to play a gig in O2 in London, or to play in a real nice theater in Toronto, or in where's this place that I went? In Quebec. It's a pretty little place, for me to go over to Mongolia, to Inner Mongolia, to Ulaanbaatar to play a concert there. Places that people would dream of going but never did. For me to visit Italy 3 times, right? So these are things that God has placed in front of me, and I go like, no, thank you, Lord, for the journey that you put me through all these years, all these decades. Even when I started playing music, even when I even cared about you, even before I even know who you are, you have watched over me. You have put little hints to me about who you are, which I happily disregard. But you have been with me all the time. You protected me. You've given me good health, even though I smoked like 2.5 packs a day. I was a chain smoker for years. I quit when I was 40, all right? So that was 24 years ago. 2.5 packs a day. I would probably die of lung cancer if I continued. But God maintained my health. The doctor that I went to, he did a scan of my lungs, the X-rays. You see, it goes like, "Are you sure you've been smoking 2.5 packs?" I say, "Yes, 2.5 packs a day since I was 21." And he goes like, "It's a miracle that your lungs is as clear as it is." You can see, I can see the little spots here and there, but it's relatively clear. And he told me an advice that I took but didn't follow. He says, you should quit now when you have the chance to quit. So it's years later when I found Jesus, I decided to quit smoking and never looked back since. So the things that that God has in store for each of us is crazy. Even though we felt, even though at times we feel like, oh man, this is bad things are happening to me. I have certain sicknesses, I have certain illnesses, and financial difficulties. I'm going through a divorce, I'm going through a death, I'm going through a loss. But I went through all that. I mean, not a divorce, but I went through the loss of my dad and my mom, my dad-in-law. I went through divorce, not for me, but my lovely daughter, the one that I love, went through a divorce. And I know the hurt that she's been feeling, and I felt even more helpless as a parent, because you see a child and you cannot just find it hard to comfort her. There's only so much you can say or do, and that's why God comes in and and kind of like help you out. So what I'm trying to get at is that, no matter what conditions you have, whether you're playing, or whether you're living your life, or whether you're living your life as a parent, you know, uh, for me, God is the key. He will deliver me. He will save me. That's a nice one, Dennis. No, I don't think that's animal cruelty. Oh, it's so foreign to you. Unconditional love is a love. Like, I was talking to a friend of mine, a real close friend of mine. I was talking to her about conditions that we have for one another, even though we're married and husband and wife. But you have to ask yourself sometimes when you look at the one that you love, that you've been married for years, you have children with. Do you love her without any conditions? Like, do you have conditions with relationship with this person who you call your wife? It's sort of conditions varies because, well, she cooks well, that's why I love her. Oh, she's good in bed, that's why I love her. But some of these conditions are not met. Will you still love her? People grow old. You probably love your wife when she's young and pretty little thing. But as we age, you know, do you still love her the way she looks? But I love my wife. I love her so much. Yeah, and the thing about her never changes, even though we age. But the certain characters about her, the certain characteristics about her never changes, and I love her to bits. So the condition that we have for one another, even for a friend or acquaintance, like we live in a world that is so dog eat dog, and there are so many conditions that we are looking out for number one, that we have our own agendas. That if I want to be friend with you, what can you do for me lately, Janet Jackson? What can you do for me? And how can we be of use to one another in order to maintain a relationship? And that's the world that we're living in these days. So to have an unconditioned love or an unconditioned friendship, love has many aspects. Okay, so we're not just talking about men and women love. Like, I love Dennis for who he is. Old timer, I love you for who you are. This humor that you have. I love Carlos. I love Milo. Even though I never met you guys, I wish I could meet up with you guys soon. And for who you are, there's love for a friend, a brother, a wife, a lover. So many aspects to love. And what conditions do we put? Makes you think. Makes me think. Yes, Domenico, sorry. Scusi. Can I make a question? Yeah, ask ahead, please. Yes, Rusty, you're so right. People have become commodities. Like, what can I do? What can this guy do for me? Like I'm in the midst of it. Like, the relationships that I have with guitar makers and shops and everything. So we have to kind of like maintain a professional relationship in such a way that, okay, I'll scratch your back, you scratch my back. In this case, it's strictly professional. But in times, as time goes by, like, my relationship with Nuex, that I deal with Monk, he's a wonderful guy, and in time to come, we became very close friends. So, my relationship with City Music, and it's the same thing. So we become friends, and what sort of conditions do you have for one another? And then you have to separate work professional to your friendship. Sometimes people cannot do that, so I can't fault them. Uh, but that's the way the world is, I guess. I wonder why this chat doesn't have a timestamp. It would be good to have a timestamp. Uh, Dominico, your question? Or am I still giving lessons? Yes, I am still giving lessons. You know. Oh, it's difficult to find a guitar in Italy. Where do you advise me to buy it? I love to have one. Oh, simple. If you saw the video in the description, there is the information that you need. The website, you can take a look at what guitars they can do for you. There is even an email where you can email Ray directly and communicate with him. It's all about communication when it comes to custom guitars. That's one thing I know. So yeah, email him and he's very spot on. He responds very quickly. Oh, not Shi Guitar. Yeah, 世界. Same thing. They have a website. They have an email. Everything is in the description of the video. Just talk to them. The guy that you're dealing with in Sijie is Dave. So it's a nice guy, wonderful guy. So they will deliver to you in Italy. I think they have a UK. Yes, they have a UK distributor. So you can actually find out from. I don't have the email for the guy in UK. I will try. No. Actually, on the website, you can actually find out. They have dealers. So under the page of dealers, you can actually find out who is dealing in the UK, in England, and then you can contact him directly. There's emails there for you to contact him. Okay. 2 hours. What? I'll do a story about a car going to the lake to show how. Oh yeah. All right. Okay. Rusty. 2 hours. What's 2 hours? For a timestamp, get a clock like mine, and then you won't care about time. No, I'm talking about. Oh, you thought okay. No, I'm talking about like sometimes when you type in a command, it'll be good to know like is it 15 minutes ago or 20 minutes ago, an hour ago, so that I would know where you guys when did you guys started that message. No problem. My pleasure. Any more questions? Oh, now I remember, Rusty. I was at Houston. Yes, I was at Houston. I was there, and then it was the first time I encountered hailstorm. A hailstorm, big chunks of ice coming down from the sky. I was in the house, good thing, and I saw my host's car windshield got smashed, and it was like an eye opener for me. Hailstorm as big as this, and yeah, that was an experience. Yeah, I was at Houston. I wasn't at Austin, so yeah. I'm sorry, I wasn't at Austin. I was at Houston. I was at Galveston. Yeah. Do you know that Origin effects have a couple of the effects all in black with a black plate? I thought it's I thought it looked so cool, so nice. Yeah. The effects by itself right now with this brush metal and the various colors, they already look really, really good. I love oranging effects because it just makes me want to do things to them, like making good sound out of them. But the ones in black, they're pretty. They're really pretty. No, you can't do this. So, let's see that. Free beat, all right. All right. So, you could play with a looper with your hands. It's a whole different ballgame than doing it with your feet, which is easier, much easier. Yeah, I still have the white Schecter with me. Yeah, I'm gonna use it one day soon. It's just right here. Yeah, the click track. We have our fair share of click tracks. Okay, guys, I gotta go. I'm hungry, and I gotta wake up early tomorrow because the air condition needs to be the air condition units in this house needs to be maintained. So they're coming in the afternoon. I gotta meet a guy around 2 or 3 p.m. Thank you, Carlos. Yeah, thank you for spending time with me today. Yeah, almost 2.5 hours, and it's raining again. I can hear the rain, so I better end this and close the window before my kitchen floods. I'm gonna muster me up some bacon. Maybe not too much bacon, just enough. Where's your white Schecter? Right here, in my bag. Yeah. No, don't worry. I'll use it one of these days. Yeah. It's in the bag. Yeah. Okay, I gotta go. It's really raining heavily. And I'll see you soon. I'll see you real soon, because once my signature guitar comes back, you're gonna have. Okay, since you insist, Milo, just for you. Oh wait, it's not here. Oh no! Where is it? Oh no, it's not here. It's not here. It's in the other case, inside. Yeah. You're welcome, Milo. Night, guys. Night, Dennis. Night, Dominico. Bye, Carlos. Rusty, Pawn Marcher. Thank you for keeping this old timer company. Yeah, and so those of you guys who are new to this channel or to this live stream, thank you for joining us. Take care of yourself. Yeah, God bless you too, Carlos. This. Alright, bye. I'll see you. I'll see you when I see you. God bless.